The golden savanna stretches endlessly under a brilliant, scorching sun. Young Leo sits quietly in the tall swaying grass. His family of powerful lions lounges nearby, their manes glowing like fire. Leo feels small, a tiny speck against the vast, open landscape. He watches his peers practice their mighty, guttural roars. They wrestle in the dust, claws flashing and tails whipping with excitement. Leo shivers, retreating further into the safety of the shadows. He prefers observing a colorful butterfly landing on a nearby acacia thorn. The world feels too loud and too dangerous for his fragile heart. He scurries toward his mother, burying his face in her thick fur. Her large warm paw rests protectively over his trembling shoulders. Nearby, the older lions exchange, knowing disappointed glances. They whisper about Leo's lack of strength and his timid nature. Their words drift through the air like sharp, stinging thorns. Leo hears them clearly, his ears drooping against his head. He wonders if he will ever be a true hunter. His mother leans down, her golden eyes filled with soft, patient understanding. She whispers that courage is simply acting despite feeling great fear. Leo looks up, but his eyes remain clouded with deep, lingering doubt. He cannot imagine a version of himself that is brave. The cycle of self-doubt feels like a heavy, invisible chain. Suddenly, the sky darkens as a massive, violent storm rolls in. The horizon turns a bruised, ominous shade of purple and gray. Thunder rumbles, vibrating through the dry, cracked earth beneath them. Lightning flashes, illuminating the panic spreading across the vast plains. Herds of wildebeest scatter in a frantic, chaotic search for safety. Dust and debris swirl violently in the rising, howling wind. Rain begins to lash down, turning the ground into slick, treacherous mud. Amidst the deafening roar of the storm, a high-pitched cry echoes. A baby zebra has become separated from its panicked family. It stumbles blindly through the blinding rain and shifting shadows. The small creature loses its footing on the slippery, rain-soaked slope. It falls into a deep, dark, and muddy pit. The zebra's cries grow desperate as the mud begins to rise. The pride focuses entirely on their own survival, ignoring the cries. They retreat toward the shelter of the rocky, high cliffs. Leo stands frozen, his heart hammering against his small ribs. His body trembles, caught between the urge to flee and the cries. The rain pours down, soaking his fur and chilling his skin. He stares at the pit, his eyes wide with intense, paralyzing terror. The wind howls like a wild beast, trying to push him away. He looks back at his pride, now distant silhouettes in the rain. The zebra's frantic whinny pierces through the sound of the thunder. Leo's paws sink into the soft, wet earth as he hesitates. His mind races, replaying his mother's words about courage and fear. The fear is a cold weight, but the cry is a sharp needle. He takes a single, shaky step toward the edge of the pit. The storm rages on, testing the limits of his fragile resolve. He forces his heavy, aching legs to move forward again. Every muscle in his body screams for him to turn back. He reaches the edge of the muddy, swirling pit. The baby zebra looks up, eyes wide with absolute primal terror. Leo grips the slippery edge, his claws digging into the mud. He leans over, peering into the dark, churning abyss below. The zebra's frantic thrashing makes the mud slide even faster. Leo reaches out a paw, his voice barely a whisper. He tells the zebra he will help, despite his shaking. He digs his heels into the ground to gain leverage. The small lion braces his back against the driving rain. He prepares to pull with all his remaining hidden strength. Leo stands frozen as thunder shakes the ground beneath his paws. Rain lashes against his fur, stinging his eyes. The desperate, high-pitched cries of the trapped zebra pierce the storm. Leo flinches at the sound, his instincts screaming for him to run. He looks toward the safety of the pride's distant shelter. His heart hammers against his ribs like a trapped bird. He remembers his mother's soft voice whispering about courage. Courage is acting despite fear, she had told him. The memory anchors his trembling legs to the wet earth. He takes a shaky breath, inhaling the scent of damp soil. His fear remains, but a new resolve hardens his gaze. Leo turns away from safety and faces the howling wind. He steps forward, his small frame buffeted by the gale. Mud cakes his paws as he trudges toward the pit. Lightning flashes, illuminating the treacherous slick edge of the hole. The baby zebra looks up, eyes wide with pure terror. Leo reaches the edge and peers down into the darkness. The pit is deep, filled with thick, swirling mud. He digs his claws into the soft, slippery ground. He braces his body against the relentless wind. The zebra lets out a frantic, choked whinny. Leo leans over the precipice, his muscles straining. He reaches down, extending a paw toward the creature. The mud threatens to pull him in as well. He finds a solid root and anchors himself firmly. His grip slips, but he lunges forward again. He grabs the zebra's scruff with his teeth. He pulls with every ounce of strength he possesses. The zebra struggles, kicking against the heavy, wet mud. Leo growls, a sound of pure, desperate effort. The zebra rises an inch, then slips back down. Leo digs his hind legs deeper into the earth. He heaves upward, his entire body trembling with exertion. The zebra clears the lip of the muddy pit. Both animals collapse onto the wet, grassy plain. The zebra scrambles to its feet, shaking off mud. It trots toward the sound of its mother's distant call. Leo watches them reunite, feeling a strange, warm glow. The storm begins to lose its violent intensity. Thunder rumbles in the distance, fading into a low hum. The heavy rain slows to a gentle, cleansing drizzle. Clouds part, revealing a sliver of the clearing sky. Leo stands up, his fur matted and heavy with mud. He turns back toward the pride's gathering place. His walk is steady, lacking the hesitation of before. The older lions watch him approach with quiet surprise. He meets their gaze, his eyes calm and clear. He no longer feels the need to hide away. His mother steps forward, a proud smile on her face. Leo realizes that bravery is found in these quiet, difficult moments. The doubts of the pride begin to dissolve into nothing. He is no longer the cub who lived in shadows. He has faced the storm and emerged stronger than before. The savanna feels vast, but no longer overwhelming to him. He sits tall, watching the sun break through the clouds. His roar, though small, echoes with newfound, genuine confidence. The pride acknowledges him with a respectful, silent nod. He has finally claimed his place in the Golden Plains. The cycle of self-doubt is broken forever. Leo gazes at the horizon, ready for his future.